Okay, everyone, welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 41 for December 3rd, 2023. Continuing on with our standard member submitted videos. People are already saying it looks like the playlist didn't randomize, so we'll probably watch a few more, and then maybe we'll hit random again. We'll see. We'll hit the shuffle button, but let's see what's next.
Boys, what happened to Forza Horizon 5? That's what we're gonna find out today. Also, are there any solutions? By the way, I do love Forza and I still play it, but I've just noticed some comments like these. Honestly, Forza fell off. Honestly, drifting in Forza is a joke. Forza is dead. And sadly, these go on and on. So what happened? First of all, boys, let's look at the stats, shall we? So this peak over here is when the game launched
Forza
in
Horizon
November
5. That was fall
2021. Very
2021.
popular, as you can see. And if we look at that graph, it does seem like the game has fallen off rather quickly, am I right? So if the peak popularity was 100% over here, now it's about 8%, 7%, so that means roughly...
Well, I mean, I would like to see stats on previous Forza games as well to see if the fall off is similar. For me, when you're playing Forza Horizon, initially, the first few days you play it are amazing. You're driving around this open world map with beautiful locations, unique challenges and stunts to do. And once you've seen a lot of the map or those locations, a lot of the idea of exploration or whatever is lost. And then it's all about kind of like racing and stuff like that, which is fine. But like the most fun I've ever had at Forza Horizon was like maybe the first 2-3 days driving around, going through the different weather, right? The rain is coming down, the lighting is different and all of that. And I really enjoyed that. But I particularly remember with Forza Horizon 5, it just wasn't as good as the previous ones. And I don't know what it was, because I even said to my audience, I don't know. Like, after having played it a few sessions, I felt like it totally definitely fell off, and it wasn't as good. I really can't put my finger on what it was about 5 that wasn't as good as the previous ones. Let's see if he has any theories.
7% of players only play this game nowadays. That is a pretty low number. Now, how do we know if this is a bad retention rate? For that, we need to compare this game to some other game. Let's start with Assetto Corsa, for example. So this is the same graph. It's an older game, so I chose the past 5 years over here. As you can see, the game has been pretty stable for a long time, and it's even growing in popularity. So how come we don't see this growth and stability for 2005 graph? My guess is Assetto Corsa managed to do this because of modding support. You can't run out of content in Assetto Corsa. There's new car packs, new maps, other mods are being released daily. Forza Horizon 5 gets new content only when there is an update, usually just a few new cars. And that is not enough. Now I'm gonna play the devil's advocate over here, okay? The real reason Forza Horizon 5 drops off so quickly is because the beginning hype was just so big compared to other games. Let me show you what I mean. Let's compare this graph to CarX graph at the moment. Again, past 5 years for CarX over here. Game started off strong, okay, but there was no big dip.
I don't think these are fair comparisons, because he's just pulling other car games out of thin air, but are they comparable? Like Forza Horizon 5, you have to understand, number one, Forza. It's like one of the big 2 to 3 racing games. Forza, Gran Turismo, Mario Kart, right? Like those are the 3 you think of when you think racing. Those are the big 3. So it's got the name recognition. It's also a Game Pass game. So you're going to initially get an insanely huge amount of people playing it because it's free on Game Pass, and they're all going to check it out when it comes out. Okay, Need for Speed, you know, I would say Need for Speed, but not really. These days, I don't know if Need for Speed has that name recognition it used to, especially after some of the shitty ones they came out with. But I'll argue, all right, I'll agree with that. Need for Speed also has that name recognition, okay? But I don't think he's comparing it fairly. I think if you're going to do a fair comparison, it would have to be to, like Gran Turismo, right? Like something like that. But here's my theory, because I don't think we need to even watch any more of this. I think what happened was, the game came out as a Game Pass game. As you know, Game Pass games, especially big ones from first parties, get giant amounts of attention when they release, especially because there's a drought of games on Xbox that are first-party games that are exclusives. So to get a first-party exclusive, everyone's going to try it. Everyone played it for a few days and realized what it was. Some people stayed, some people didn't. But by the time a month has passed, most people have already beaten it. They played through it. They saw all the content of the map. They played through the campaign. All that's left is online components, which aren't that interesting unless you're going to have a party of friends you're going to constantly be racing against, comparing against, you know. The game, it really doesn't have a long life cycle. And like he said, So the content updates, if all they're doing is every once in a while dropping a few new cars and stuff like that, that's never going to be enough, right? Like he said with these other games, they're getting surges of support because they're improving them. Oh my God, we added mod support now. Now a whole new community checks it out. They're not doing stuff like that with Forza Horizon. I think they actually see it as a very small life cycle. Like it's going to be very popular for a month to 2 months, and we'll do periodic updates to get a few more people. But I don't think they see that as like an endless model. While those other games, maybe they very well are seeing those as endless models. So that's my take anyway. Okay.
How about that prick's face when he showed a gat? How about that prick's face when he showed a gat? How about that prick's face when he showed a gat?
What the fuck you doing here?
How about that prick's face when he showed a gat? How about that prick's face when he showed a gat?
I just don't understand memes sometimes, most of the time. I guess that was supposed to be funny. I've seen the entire series of Sopranos, so I understood every reference. I still don't think that was funny. Cat watching Tom and Jerry for Christmas? Look at this. The ultra relaxing cat. The Tom and Jerry Christmas special. Here it is. Wow. Ultra relaxing.
Why is...
Alright. Why is YouTube like this? Interesting. An ad is about to play, but since I'm watching a new clip, I'm going to skip the ad because I want you guys to actually watch me react to this video. So here we go. Ready? Here we go.
YouTube like this?
In this video, I'm going to be building the world's largest toilet. I am going to be spending the next 50 hours locked inside of this corner potty. Last to leave the giant toilet wins $10,000 rating.
And by this, I mean overly sensationalized, insanely over the top, highly edited, and fake.
Yep.
My crazy ex-girlfriend has ruined my life.
I'm going to fake being pregnant with this belly.
I'm gonna fake my own death. I spent over $100,000 this week to have 100 of these girls here.
I mean, is it just me, or does most content on this platform feel dystopian, artificial, and soulless? What was at one time a place to post fun videos with your friends is now a place for corporations to market their brand, people to generate passive income, and creators to do, well, whatever this is. And this isn't all bad, but if I'm being honest, the worst parts about all of these things really stand out and create a nauseating experience for the average user. But something recently has changed, and maybe you've noticed it too. Authenticity on YouTube is rising again. Now, instead of clicking the overly sensational videos, I find myself clicking videos that are more simple, intimate, and honestly, more human. But why? Is the Mr. Beastification of YouTube over? How did we get here? Why is this happening? And what the heck is core? Social media has adjusted.
So, it's not a long video. I think we should watch it. And I've been saying this for years and years, and I literally saw this happen organically over the years. I told you guys when I started on YouTube in 2008, this site was essentially people who didn't have high production, meaning not a lot of money to put into a video, not a giant group of people working on the video, not a studio to film it. It was people who had passion, talent, and or something to offer, maybe knowledge to the internet. And people recognize that. And they recognize that as being genuinely either funny, informative, whatever it was. And they were rewarded for that. And what I saw systematically over the years happen is that content has gone away. What's happened is YouTube became a place where only if you went into it with the mentality of, I'm here to make money, I go into it with a big budget, I go into it with the know-how of a bunch of video editors and a bunch of filmmakers and all of this, professional grade studio, scripted stuff, nothing genuine, all scripted, all fake, it's basically like television light or Hollywood light, right? That's what it became. And it was sad because at one point, you know, anyone could just enjoy what they were doing and make a living on YouTube. And it completely flipped on its head and changed over the years where people who had the talent, the passion, were completely overlooked, and the YouTube algorithm would only support those who were in it for the big bucks. And you saw the small-time content creator go away. And instead it became The face that you see on every fucking thumbnail, now on every fucking thumbnail, even worse, always pushed to the top of the algorithm. The edited content, the clickbait title, you go to the video, it's completely faked, it's completely staged, it's all nonsense. Everyone is a character, right? No one is a real person anymore. All the top YouTubers are all characters that are portrayed for a camera. That's not representative of the real person. And if you think it is the real person, you're fooling yourself, right? Take a look at the top people doing this. They're all fakes. And that's sad. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be YouTube. You broadcast yourself. It's your own way to have your own television channel. Now it's the place where people with the most money go to invest more money into making a cycle of endless content that people digest that makes more money. That's it. That's all it is. So let's see what he has to say about it.
Our concept of reality since its inception. This is nothing new. Take, for example, Instagram and edited photos. I still remember when Instagram hit the mainstream and everyone started adding filters to their photos. There has always been a level of fakeness to social media since the beginning, but at what point is it too much? Many celebrities, including the Kardashians, for example, have been criticized in the past for highly editing their photos in magazines or on social media, but many creators on YouTube do this too. In fact, the most popular creator on the platform has mastered this.
Yep.
Mr. Beast, the grandmaster of grabbing your attention, has a knack for crafting thumbnails that make your eyeballs pop out of your head. His expression has become so iconic, it's been replicated across the platform. Mr. Beast has a whole team designed to edit his pictures to make the most enticing thumbnail possible. Editing faces, editing backgrounds, sometimes completely warping reality. And I'm not criticizing Mr. Beast, I get it. We've all done it. I've done it. I'm just here to point out the irony. We were so...
Yeah, I've never done it. I never did that. A few people make thumbnails for me, but it's usually the real me in a thumbnail. Or art. Yeah, I have art that I run on my pre-stream. It's obviously a joke. I don't have to fake who I am to be successful. I can just be me. A lot of people, sadly, have to create fake personas, fake existence, right? I mean, hell. I mean, again, now I'm not slighting the guy, but take a look at Dr. Disrespect. That's literally not the man. That's a cartoon character he created, and that's when he got popular. He was literally not popular at all till he became a cartoon character. And now he's incredibly popular. Sometimes being fake is the only way you can get yourself over.
Quick to criticize people for editing their acne out of photos 15 years ago, but now it's pretty much the norm. And it's not just with the thumbnails that seem over the top, it's with the videos themselves too.
Yeah, they're all
I
fake.
paid an assassin to try and kill me. I spend 50 hours buried alive. What's next? I ate only gas station food for 30 days? Crazy. All of these topics are interesting, no doubt. But then...
No, they're not. Not at all. These are not entertaining at all. They're not interesting. They're not entertaining. They're trash. They're literal trash. It's trash, lowbrow content for someone who literally does not want to use their brain today. All I want to do is sit here and watch garbage. It's the same as watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's the same as watching TMZ all day. It's zero intelligent thought needed, required. It's just mind-numbing nonsense. And this is what YouTube has become over the past 15 years.
People try to duplicate these videos, and that's the problem. There is too much of all of this.
Wow.
The Mr. Beastification of YouTube, as others have called it, has consumed this platform and the entire internet. YouTube, TikTok, and anywhere you consume video. Now videos are designed to capture your attention in a few seconds. TikTok and YouTube Shorts, less than a second. It's insane. And while many of these videos are high quality,
Why is he in a Subway? That's a Subway. I recognize it. He's in a Subway sandwich location before they renovated it. That's what it used to look like. That's pretty funny.
Some that are not. If we're talking about video content feeling soulless, we have to talk about AI.
Hi, I'm an attractive AI designed to grab your attention.
Oh my God.
AI videos have to be the most surreal, inauthentic stuff ever.
This Zach guy sucks. I am real and authentic.
We've all seen the videos where there's an AI narrating over a movie, or there's these really lazy explainer videos with a Sharpie and whiteboard design. I know there's people speculating that AI will replace creators, and to me that's just not true. Maybe if you're in a low effort niche, but as a viewer, I'm not replacing my favorite creators with AI. Yes, AI will get better. Yes, AI will be used to help creators like create cool images, VTuber setups,
Wow.
and even help with scripts. But time and time again, psychology has found humans like humans. We want to interact with each other. But now with the rise of AI and the rise of over-sensationalism, videos are often no longer about creativity and more about getting you hooked. I mean, seriously, everything is fully optimized all the time. From the concept to the editing, it often feels so inorganic. I mean, even what I do here, these videos are clearly highly edited. Believe it or not, I do not live in a white box. But I try to make things as authentic as possible. I try to open up about my own experiences.
There's a difference between editing something for effect. Like, for example, by doing this the way he's doing it, he can show you all the examples of what he's referencing behind him, and it's pertinent and it adds to the content of the video in a concise way. It allows him to make this video in 10 minutes. If he was sitting here like I do and he had to show all these examples manually, this video would be 30 minutes long. Because he's editing it to have a green screen background, he can do a 10-minute video that expresses the same exact notions and ideas in a concise way. That's different than making a completely fabricated fake video with high editing. You see what it's a very different thing between the two.
And my life, even if it hurts my retention. Same thing with my thumbnails. They're pretty straightforward. But
okay, those thumbnails do suck. That I will admit. Those are not, like, this is text. You know, those thumbnails kind of suck. That I will admit.
I'm often conflicted. I want to stay true to myself, but I want more people to see my content. So there is that balance. But as I mentioned earlier, all of this actually might be changing. And now I'm caring less and less about over-sensationalism and more about just being myself. I first noticed this when my Why YouTube Feels Different video went viral.
Wow.
I had tons of people duplicate my thumbnail, and many people failed to capture the same.
That's funny, they copied his thumbnail? They copied that fucking thumbnail? What? Okay, they copied that thumbnail. Great.
Effect. That video didn't go viral because of the black text and red circle. The video went viral because I found a way to directly communicate with potential viewers. People got the video recommended to them and wondered, why is this video here? And how did he know? Well, I was banking on the fact that with my findings about YouTube recommending smaller creators, that I could fill the gap. I bet and I won. And by creating an authentic relationship with a simple, straight to the point concept, it worked.
Huh.
People clicked on the video, and then the rest is history. Nothing was over-sensationalized because it didn't need to be. On October 11th, Jay Alto, another content creator, tweeted something that really stuck out to me, where he labeled the eras of YouTube. And some fella commented under the post saying that the next era might be the authenticity era. And since I read that tweet, I have not stopped thinking about it. I started paying attention to the content that I currently watch. And one day I went through my subscriptions and what I discovered shocked me. My favorite creators right now are the ones that are unapologetically themselves. The videos I don't watch that get recommended to me are typically the over-sensationalized ones. And again, I'm not dissing Mr. Beast or any content creator that over-sensationalizes their content.
Why not? Do it. Just be honest. It sucks. It's inauthentic. It's trash content for dumb people. It ruins the site. It ruins society at large. It should not be fucking mass created. It's completely making us all stupider for profit. Yes, I can say it because I have nothing to lose. All right? You're making us all but worse with your trash because all you want to do is get rich. Stop making trash or I'm going to keep calling you out.
Mr. Beast, if you're watching this, I think you're a great guy.
I don't think you're a great guy.
I just think that I'm at the point of my life where I enjoy the content that is a little bit less dramatic.
Meaning he's smart. He's not dumb like the rest of your audience.
And I wasn't always like this, but being raised on the internet, I crave human nature, human connection, realness. And I think me and many others are tired of the overstimulation.
You better.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine going through those fucking trends?
That's where corecore comes into play. If you don't know what corecore is, Wikipedia calls corecore an internet aesthetic, an artistic movement aiming to capture post-2020 sensibilities.
What is this?
On TikTok, corecore is a style of video editing that puts together seemingly random clips from various sources, for the purpose of social commentary. At first glance, it might seem like a meaningless compilation of clips, but hear me out. Corecore has more depth than it may appear. Corecore is a way for creators to communicate and be authentic, often when they don't know how or have the means to be. Chances are a video talking about mental health won't get much views, but a video covering a mental health issue with quotes from a movie and overlapping music and commentary might. Corecore bears a striking resemblance to a century-old artistic movement called Dada. The Dada movement consisted of artists who rejected the logic, reason, and aestheticism of modern society. And this is exactly what we are seeing on YouTube. There is a wave of people rejecting the norm, rejecting sensationalism, rejecting the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, and embracing authenticity in their own ways. The best example of a YouTuber doing this is Dodford. Dodford is a content creator who does documentaries on celebrities. But instead of Dodford narrating over the story, he uses clips of the celebrities speaking themselves to tell their own story. This is Corecore in its purest form. Nothing is more authentic than having the actual person themselves tell their own story. There is something so intimate about these videos. It's like Jim Carrey is giving you life advice, or Adam Sandler is in the room with you. It's something that no one has ever done before. If Dodford continues to create content like this, he'll become one of the largest creators on the platform. I have no doubt about that. All while rejecting sensationalism and embracing Corecore. Another recent example of a creator just being purely authentic is Sam Solis.
Jesus, look at this guy.
Sam does bodybuilding content, and he started posting on YouTube just 8 months ago. He uploads 30-minute videos and has almost 2 million subscribers, all without fancy thumbnails or fancy edits. It's just some dude being unapologetically himself, all while, again, rejecting sensationalism and embracing his own values. And there are a ton more examples of creators doing this across the platform. And to me, there's no denying at this stage, this is the future of content creation. Yes, I know, this might be the most ironic thing ever. We've come full circle, but when whole generations have been raised by the internet, some people never had the opportunity to experience authenticity. People are screaming for expression and human nature. They just don't know how to express it, and that's where Corecore are just turning on your camera and calling it a day comes into play. Now, I want to emphasize, I don't think over-sensationalized content is going anywhere. It'll likely be here forever. There will always be a place for Mr. Beast and content creators like him. That style of content is popular for a reason.
Because there's too many stupid people who don't have the truth told to them. Because God forbid that you tell someone the truth and then they realize, oh my God, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my life watching trash, because then they have to have a moment of self-realization. That's the problem. Too many people are coddled in today's society. They don't want to hear the truth. Instead, they just want to be told everything's fine, you're the best, you're the special snowflake, right? And no one wants to actually hear, no, this is awful. The route you're going down is a waste of your life, a waste of your time. You need to self-improve. You need to do this. They don't want to hear that. They just want to hear, but I don't understand. I was told that I was growing up that I'm the fucking, epitome of human existence. I'm the snowflake. I'm the special one. I'm the one who should be catered to. When I complain about something on Twitter or X, everyone should kiss my ass, right? No, not at all. And not at all. And what you're doing, this kind of content is for those people who don't have any self-awareness. They just sit there all day going through life watching trash and thinking that they have a meaningful life. They don't. You've wasted everyone's time and life. And people like this who make that trash content are incredible predators. They are preying on people who don't know better. And it's sad because they know exactly what they're doing. They know 1,000,000% what they are doing. They think that they're better than you. They think that they're smarter than you. They think that all they need to do is waste your time to make $1, and they don't give a fuck. Stop watching trash like that. It'll go away. The problem is society as a whole is becoming dumber and not understanding that they're being corralled in this direction. Watch this trash content. Watch AI content. Watch all this shit, right? It's all the same. Look, these are the same videos replicated behind the guy. It's the same video made 2-3 times, and people are too dumb to realize it's the same video, right? But this is the problem with the human society as a whole, especially people on the internet, right? They just don't get it. They just keep going on with their lives, never thinking outside of this box. So if you keep watching the trash you watch, this will happen. I said over 10 to 15 years ago, when I saw this trend starting to happen on YouTube, I called it out. I said, if you support the people who go into YouTube who are only here to make a buck, and you see all the YouTube videos change for people with passion, people with true intelligence, people with knowledge to share, people who actually have talent. If you only support those that come in with a budget, with the high-end video editing, with the studios full of people, the scripted junk, the fakeness of YouTube, if that's what you support, that is all you'll get. Today, that is what you get. You get this trash. It's literally dog shit that they shovel into people's mouths and on brains, and they're too dumb to realize it. Now he just said a generation has grown up watching that trash, and they think that's what they're supposed to be watching. They don't understand that that's harmful to human society as a whole. They don't get it. Why do you think subcultures have emerged of drama, or, terrible lolcow culture, these awful things that a normal person from the outside who's not into YouTube, not into this shit, looks at and would say, what the fuck is that? Why would this exist? Because YouTube changed, because people weren't smart enough to recognize these harmful trends, and they promoted them. And YouTube didn't care. YouTube said, promote the harmful content, promote the trash for the brainless, promote the harmful shit that hurts people, because we make money doing it. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's destructive. It's wrong. I'm one of the lucky ones that 15 years later, I still get to be here. Not everyone does. How many people, for every one of me, there's probably 1,000 or more who've been down the same route I have and weren't lucky enough to still be able to do what they love for a living, because that was taken away from them by this shit. Not him, but the shit behind him. It's fucked up. They didn't deserve that. They worked their asses off. The people behind them did not. They just abused the system and abused everyone else around them and didn't give a fuck because they made $1. How can you watch that trash? I just don't get it. You have to be dumb. Yet, people do it every fucking day. This is what they sit around supporting and watching, and, this is why YouTube is like it is, man. All right. It is time to split the part. When we come back, it's actually time for viewer Q&A with the members who have submitted a significant amount of questions for this week. So, thank you all for watching DSP versus the Internet. When we come back, it is Q&A time and then more videos. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next part.